Hello from Burton Eye. Bird, you say hi to everybody? Oh, you gonna stand in front of the camera? Oh, this is gonna work out just fine. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. That was super sweet of you. And welcome back to everybody's favorite setup. Well, I don't know if it's your guys, you guys's, what do you say? You guys's, y'all's favorite setup, but this is definitely my favorite setup. I love dragging my coffee table into the corner of the room and putting all my eyeshadow palettes out because I just feel like there's endless possibilities for me to get my grimy little fingers into all of my eyeshadow. And honestly, sometimes it's just fun to have a change of scenery, you know? I'm sure you guys love being in that corner of the room and seeing all my beautiful burnt paintings in the background, but sometimes it's fun to come to this corner of the room where you can't see the burnt paintings, but they do still exist. They're just a little bit higher up. See, that's a good one I did a while ago. Kind of like a cotton candy Bertram, if you will. He's kind of in a little background of clouds. I really like that one. But that's not what this video is about. You did not click on this video to find yet another burnt painting in my apartment because apparently he is the only thing I like to paint, but he's a wonderful muse, so how could I not? No, you clicked on this video because you, like me, have an interest in all of the duochromes in my makeup collection. So I want to start getting into more collection videos on my channel. I did a makeup inventory video at the very beginning of the year. It literally went up on January 1st and I got a good response to that video, so thanks so much for watching that, and if you haven't, I'll link it down below. But I loved just taking stock of everything that I had because it's been very beneficial to me on my makeup lullaby, you know, reminding myself that I already got a lot of makeup, so I don't need to buy a lot of makeup. Not that it always stops me, but it definitely helps to take stock of my collection. So today I thought it could be fun to look at all of the duochromes in my collection, and you know, with duochromes I feel like I'm a little nervous because I have a couple in here that I'm gonna show you that not everybody might consider duochromes, and I tried to do a good amount of research before this video on like the difference between iridescent and holographic shadows versus duochromes, and honestly it's all very confusing. So if I show anything that you're like, that's not a duochrome, just, you know, put it in your back pocket and tell me on a later day, because for me, anything that has a shift, a two-tone color, I am going to consider a duochrome. So yes, that is my disclaimer for this video. So if that sounds like a topic that is interesting to you and you want to see all of the beautiful duochromes in my makeup collection, then I encourage you to please subscribe and keep on watching. It's coming at you right now. Alright, so it probably looks like I wore a very foolish shirt for doing arm swatches, but joke's on you guys because this shirt is really stretchy and it pulls up really high. So I'm gonna be swatching all of my beautiful duochromes for you today. I do have my handy dandy NYX glitter primer because I always wear shimmers with glitter primer just generally ever since I saw the Queen Beautbean do it and I realized how much more beautiful it made my shimmers look. That's just what I use. So to really give these duochromes the best chance possible, I am going to slather my arm in this NYX glitter primer just because that's the way I like it the best. Now, I do have a pre-recorded video that I'll show some point within this video where I show you how one of my duochromes looks dry, meaning like no primer underneath it, and then over glitter primer, and then over a black base. So I'm not going to do that with every shade because, oh my gosh, my poor arm would probably fall off, but I am going to insert that at some point when I get to that shade. But first off, let's get a little bit sticky, and I'm gonna put some glitter primer literally all over my arm. I probably could do it like really nice and neatly in swatches, but like I'm gonna be swatching a lot, so we're just gonna put it all over my arm here. The Tauruses in the room are like, stop, what are you doing? This is so erratic. But my Sagittarius, my fire signs over there are like, yes, yes, do it. So yeah, I know this looks nuts. I know this is maybe not practical, but that's what I'm doing. It looks like I'm putting sunscreen on. Oh boy, wow. Am I gonna regret this? Hopefully not. Oh yeah. That's a sticky arm, all right. Okay, so I kind of sort of want to go in color order here. I don't have the hugest duochromes collection, so I don't have one in every color. You're gonna notice it's a lot of purples, it's a lot of purpley blues, if you couldn't tell. Wow, I'm literally wearing all purple and blue today to really nail it home that purple and blue are my favorite colors. So you're gonna see a lot of that, but I'm gonna try to keep it in color order so it's aesthetically pleasing, you know, for the thumbnail, but also just, you know, for my Virgo brain. So let's start with pink. Pink, yes, because that's the closest to the beginning of the rainbow. Yes, very good. Okay, so the first duochrome, in quotations, you know, I want to dip into is from this Huda Beauty Coral Obsessions palette. This is one that you may argue is not a duochrome, but I don't care because I think it's a duochrome and I'm going to include it. So you have this shade in the top right left hand corner here. The Huda Beauty Obsessions palettes don't have names on anything, which is like fine. But you know, I would like it to have a name because it's very beautiful and it deserves a name. But I'm gonna do a swatch for you over my glue arm here and show you just how beautiful it is. Actually, let's zoom in a bit. I mean, come on, it's so pretty. I'm gonna dip in a couple times just because I want to get a really good swatch, you know. So the reason I consider this to be a duochrome is because you can see when I shift my arm, it's like a peach to gold shift. Yeah, you can see that gold is like desperate to pop out here, and especially in the sun, and I will take you into the sun once I have everything swatched so we can really get a good look at everything. But yeah, this Huda Beauty Coral Obsession shade like is so pretty. Huda's shimmer formula is so good. I mean, I wish she sold this as a single because I could declutter the rest of this palette. I don't really give two dangs about the rest of this palette, but this shimmer, I mean, you can see how well loved it is. It's just so beautiful, and it's just, I'm calling it a duochrome. You might argue maybe it's more of like an iridescent or something, but you know what? I'm not gonna spend the whole video defending my definition of a duochrome. I'm calling it a duochrome. Either way, it's multi-dimensional as heck, and I'm so happy I have it in my collection. Okay, so the next pinkish red shade that I wanna swatch on my arm for you is from Deck of Scarlet. They were actually kind enough to send this to me. It is one of their new metal leaf shadow pots, and it's kind of like, it's a very interesting formula. It reminds me of the flaky formula from Copacetic Cosmetics, which we're gonna get to in a moment here. I got a whole Copacetic palette to go through, but it's kind of a flaky formula, but it is for sure a duochrome, and it is so cool. Looking at it in the pot, you can see it's kind of got like a bluish maroon tinge to it, but let me just swatch it so you can see it in all of its glory. Oh, it's so pretty even on the finger. Hell yeah, okay, no, that's actually swatching better than I thought. Look at it, look at this. This is unbelievable. This is like, I am gonna have to refrain from screaming because holy guacamole, this is unreal. I cannot believe it. Wow, I actually wore this shade on my eyes yesterday. I'm gonna insert a picture here for you because I was like, wow. I started applying it to my eyes and I was like, I don't know how this looks. And then I went into the sun and was like, because I mean, the shift on this is just unreal. It's kind of makes the Huda shadow look awful, which it's not, but it's kind of, you know, putting the Huda shadow to shame. But this is just such a pretty shade. The name of this shade is All of the Lights. Cute, love that. And I really like that you can buy these individually from Deck of Scarlet. Like I said, they did send it to me, but I'm really glad they did because wow, these are really beautiful. They actually sent me 3 of them. This is the only one that's a duochrome, but I've really been loving all of them so far. I'll be sure to give you more of like a full review on the metal leaf shadow pots in my February makeup roundup, so subscribe so you don't miss it when I do. But for now, I just wanted to show you this duochrome because it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts, and I love it so much. Alright, so the next shade I want to show you is the shade Faith from my Zodiac Cosmetics Virgo palette. Zodiac Cosmetics, first of all, is so underrated. They're such an underrated indie brand. They have all palettes for all of the different Zodiac signs, and the formula is incredible. One of the best shimmer formulas I've ever tried. They are so amazing, and this shade Faith in particular, when I saw it online, I kind of thought this was gonna be a throwaway shade for me. I thought it was just like a pale yellow shade, which I'm like, you know, nothing against you guys who like pale yellow eyeshadows, but I just have never personally found a purpose for that. But then I got it in person and I swatched it and realized that holy freaking moly, it's not just a pale yellow. Ready for this? Are you ready? Are you bracing yourself? Are you prepared? Are you drinking something? Because if you are, you're probably gonna spit it out. So swallow first, and then let's swatch this shade. I'm really hyping it up, so I hope the swatch does it justice. I mean, look at it. Oh my gosh. See, this shade is like truly nuts because now I've swatched it and it looks yellow, but from this angle it looks blue. Let me see if I can move in a way that shows it to you. Oh, it's so hard to see. Okay, you know what? I said I was gonna wait until the end to go to the window. Let's go to the window right now because I need you to truly see the shift of this shade. Big apologies to Bert, whose way I am in right now, and he just keeps trying to bite my fingers. But if you can see over here that yellow just has this beautiful purpley blue shift to it. Ugh, I'm trying to capture it better for you. Thank you, Bert. But you can definitely see there's some purple in there, there's some blue, there's a baby. But okay, sorry, I know I said I was gonna wait till the end, but I just had to show you that one in the light because it is just, it's so beautiful. It's unbelievable. This shade is a showstopper, and I'm so happy I got to show it to you today. All right, so now really moving into purple territory, which is where the majority of my duochromes are. Let's start with the It's Freaking Bats palette from Shroud Cosmetics in collaboration with Beautbean. I know a lot of people still haven't been able to receive their palette, so I'm really sorry if you're one of those people that is still waiting. Not that it's my fault, but I'm just sorry in general. I have a whole video reviewing this palette though, if you wanna, you know, see it before you get it. I don't know, but I'm gonna be swatching two shades from this palette. The first one being Apparition, which just looks like a perfectly innocent purple shade, right? But it's not. I mean, maybe it's innocent, I don't know, but it's not just a purple shade. So it's purple, but you can, oh my gosh, wow, it's showing really well in this lighting. So if you go back here, yeah, see, it looks like super purple, but when it hits the light, it just is so gold. It's so beautiful. And I don't know why I had never really thought about purple and gold going together. I don't know why, but as soon as I tried this shade, I was like, wow, purple and gold were literally made for each other. This is so beautiful. This is such a pretty shade. I've worn it on its own a few times, as well as mixed with other colors. I'll put a picture on the screen of me wearing this shade on the eyes. It's so pretty. It just looks so nice, and it's such a good duochrome formula too. If you're still waiting for this palette, I promise it's worth it. The duochromes in here alone make the whole palette worth it. Everything in the palette is pretty good. Mattes aren't my favorite formula, but that's besides the point because the shimmers are nuts. And moving on to the shade Zero, which is the other duochrome in the palette, which Zero might be my favorite duochrome of all time. Don't quote me on it, but it's certainly up there. And wait till you see it. I mean, come on. It looks super blue here, but right, I'm gonna bring it back here just like I did with Apparition, and you're like, oh, just another purple shade. They look pretty identical next to each other. And then you bring it into the sun and you're like, oh no, these two are not sisters. They're not even cousins. They don't even know each other. They've never met before. Because when I first looked at the palette, I was like, oh, two purple duochromes? That seems like a little too similar. But Beautbean said, no way, friend. These two purple duochromes are gonna be super different and super unique, and that they are. They are so pretty. I love both of these so much. They are so good. Okay, oh, my arm is getting tired from holding it like this. That's okay, it's good exercise. All right, so moving on to my last duochrome, and that is in the beautiful Copacetic Cosmetics Companion Palette in collaboration with Monica Jones. I have to show you the front of this palette because it is so beautiful. Look at the artwork. I love it so much. Look at the puppy. So cute. Okay, but anyways, that's besides the point because the shade Robin in this palette is gonna blow your mind. And this is the shade that I mentioned at the beginning that I swatched over the black base as well. So after I swatch it on my arm for you, I will show you that footage. But so here it is, just over my glitter glue arm here. Another purple duochrome, nothing to write home about, you may think. If you pull it back here, you can see that the base of it is a little more pink than purple. It's like a magenta-y base, but then you get it in the light and it just has this beautiful purple to pink to blue shift. It is so pretty and it's super sparkly too. I would say it's more sparkly than any of my other duochromes generally. I think it might be my most sparkly one. This is also in the running for my favorite duochrome, but they're all my favorites. They're my beautiful, beautiful babies, and I couldn't possibly pick a favorite, but this one is so, so pretty. And now I will insert the footage of me swatching it over a black base, as well as the glitter glue, as well as just my arm. You can see over a black base, this shadow just transforms. That's how I'm wearing it today. You may have thought I have like a blue shimmer on my eyes. I don't. I have this shade over a black base. Isn't that incredible how much it changes? If you've never tried that before, do it. Take your duochromes, put them over a black base, whether it's a black eyeshadow. I actually just took a black gel liner I have, and I just kind of carved out the shape here with water activated liner, and then I poked myself at the face, and then I filled it in with my black gel liner, and then I just gently patted it on top. I didn't even need to use my glitter primer or anything when I put it on my eyes. It just stuck to my black gel liner beautifully, and it gave me this beautiful color. So I am a big fan of this shade. It is super transformative. It literally blows my mind and I love it so much. So now let's go into the sun and take a look at these shades again. Okay, so here we are in the sunlight. I also have the exposure turned way down so you can hopefully see the colors a little better. And now that I'm looking at my arm, I'm like, wow, that Huda one, maybe I shouldn't have called that a duochrome, but you know what? I also regret nothing because that one is still really pretty. But I mean, obviously, comparatively to the rest of the swatches, you can see it's not quite as impactful. But I just look at all of these guys. Just to reiterate what every swatch is in case you forgot. We have the Huda Beauty Coral Obsession Shadow. Like I said, that one doesn't have a name, I'm sorry. And then we have the deck of Scarlet Metal Leaf Shadow Pots. That's in the shade All of the Lights. Has this beautiful maroon to blue to almost silver shift. It is so cool. Oh, this one is amazing. And then we have my Zodiac Cosmetics Virgo palette, the shade Faith, which is pulling really icy blue in this lighting, which is just so interesting because before it looked so pale and yellow. Oh, this one is so cool. And then you have my Beautbean X Shroud shades. We have Apparition and Zero. Apparition's that beautiful purpley gold shift, and then we have Zero, which is just this beautiful purpley blue silvery shift. Oh, it's so nice. And then lastly, but certainly not leastly, we have the Copacetic Cosmetics Companion Palette shade, which is that beautiful just like magenta to purple to blue shift, and it is so dang sparkly. It is just so pretty. I hope you can see these well. My arm is like shaking from holding it up for so long. I'm also lying down. I'm at a very uncomfortable angle here, but I really hope it's worth it because I think they're so pretty. Oh, I gotta put my arm down. I'm so tired. Do a little shift montage here for you. Try to move my arm around quite a bit so you can really see those boys shifting. Alright friends, and with that we have reached the end of the video. That is all of my beautiful duochrome shadows here for you today. Now I do have some multichromes that I didn't swatch here today just because, to be honest, they are loose pigments and I only have a very small amount of them and I didn't want to waste them on a swatch. I'm sorry. They're from Dawn Eyes Cosmetics. I'll link the video down below. Look, I'll even show you a picture of them. How freaking beautiful are these multichromes? I love them so, so much. And definitely check out that Dawn Eyes Cosmetics review I did because Dawn Eyes is nuts. That brand is unreal. The multichromes are so, so beautiful. I also have a video that I'll link down below of my multichromes wish list. I have a whole wish list I've made of all sorts of different brands and all of the different multichromes I want to try. So definitely check that video out too if you're into multichromes and fantasizing about all of the multichromes you're gonna buy like I am. Oh, I almost forgot to mention I have an entire video swatching every single eyeshadow in my collection in rainbow order. So if you're into into videos like this, then you'll definitely like that video. So I will link that video down below for you as well. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. They're always really cute and sweet and fun and fresh. I definitely plan on doing more collection videos. I want to show you my entire lip gloss collection. I want to show you my entire water activated liner collection. I got a pretty big makeup collection. If you see my makeup inventory video, then you will know that. But I think it would be fun to go like category by category and really dive deep into things, get our grimy little fingers into stuff, swatch stuff, do the whole full meal deal. When I do my lip gloss video, I'm gonna do lip swatches, so RIP to my lips in advance for that. But I think that'll be really fun. That might be Wednesday's video. Who knows? Subscribe to find out. But thanks so much for watching. Check out my description box I'll link everything I mentioned today if you're interested, and I'll put it in order so you can make sure you know which ones I'm talking about. Also in my description box, I will include a bunch of Black Lives Matter resources. I'll have petitions to sign, places to donate, and ways to help protesters. So please click on those links if you haven't yet. And I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! I'm gonna go clean all of this glitter off of my coffee table. Oh my gosh, bye.